Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of Gifted Monkey TV, all things toy and toy related. You know me, I'm your host Jordan Preston. And when we come back, we're going to take a look at a brand new 1/6 scale action figure that's sure to be a super addition to your collection. And here we are, boys and girls, as promised. Superhero, of course you know what I'm talking about. This is Superman as he appeared in the 90s hit show, the Superman animated series. This is great. This comes from the guys over at S Hero. Fantastic. And it's called Superhero because they can't use it. It's an unlicensed product. So they have to call it something else. They can't call it Superman the Animated Series. So they call it Superhero, and they show you on the box with the insignia. They hint to you who it is. Let's take a look at this box. Nice and blue, very simple. Same thing, S Hero, Superhero, 1/6 scale figure. Back is pure white. Top is just the Superman emblem. We turn it around on the other side, same thing, S Hero, Superhero. Front, and then the bottom, that Superman symbol again. Well, that was pretty easy. Let's crack this open and see what's going on. All right, as we crack the box open, here we are. We see S Hero, Superman the Animated Series in here, and he has all his accessories housed in a nice plastic right here. See the hands, face swaps. Wow. Boots. And a stand is in there too. Let's take it all out and see what we got. And as we look at our superhero, Superman from the animated series out of the box, we see his accessories. He didn't come with a lot of accessories, but he came with some nifty accessories. Check it out. Here we see he comes with 2 head sculpts. Kind of an angry, determined face with his eyes lit red already, like that heat ray is coming. Heat vision is on its way. A nice, neutral, kind of high-lowest kind of face. Look at that curl. I love the curl down there in the head sculpt. Very much like the animated series. Nice shading on his face too. Sometimes when they do animated series things, they leave the painting flat on the skin textures. But this, they put some nice shading on it, as you can see on the cheeks and the chin, nose. Nice shading. Blue eyes. He's in a neutral position. Comes with some nice hands too. Comes with some flying hands, 2 pairs of flying hands, a thumbs up hand, an outstretched hand, and 2 gripping hands. Comes with a pair of flying feet, flying positioned feet. They're sticking out. That's kind of awesome. Let's take a look at those. Look at that. There they stick out like they're flying. Comes with a wired cape, which is wired on the edges, both edges. And he comes with a neutral cape, which I took the liberty of already putting on him. Just a drape cape, as you will. Comes with this great steel bar, already crushed and bent. And that's where you would put his gripping hands, right there. Right there. This is plastic. All plastic, but it looks nice. They did some nice subtle shading on this too. They really went out on the paint. Sometimes, like I said, when they do animated stuff, animated versions, they make it very flat, because on animation sometimes it's just flat with severe dark shadows. This, they made nice and subtle paint shadows, and really did some nice washes on this paint jobs. So this is solid plastic, very nice, but still very light, so it won't fall off your figure or make your figure sag. Very nice. Comes with this great Daily Planet base. Look at that. Cityscape of Metropolis, birds flying. Look at it, even has sunspots. Ha ha, that's great. and then Superman. That's how it was written in the animated series, so very nice. And it comes with a flight stand and a waist grabber. All right, let's take a look at our figure. And here he is, out of the box and ready for action. Superman from Superman the Animated Series, early 90s, mid 90s rather. Look at that, this is great. Let's take a look at this costume. First, here's this is the neutral, kind of grim head sculpt that comes by default on him already. So you get 3 head sculpts total. The cape goes into 2 slots that are on his chest. There's 2 slots on his chest, and they go in. I'll show you that in a little minute. I like the outfit. This is nice and bright, very reminiscent of the animated series. This is like almost a rubbery, almost feels like rubber, really feels like rubber on his chest, and it pokes out a little bit. So it's not flush or silk screened onto this blue outfit. It's actually glued on here, I think, because it has a little bit of lift on the edges. So that's interesting, but it's beautiful and it's nice and it's rubbery. It looks very good. The poses look good. I love they have the sharp feet like in the animated series. This is totally animated. This is not anatomically correct as probably a human would be in a superhero, because the shoulders are overly broad, waist overly narrow, and toes overly pointy and small, just like in the animated series. The suit is just like a nylon suit. It's a nice draping pose, nice draping cape. I love the way he looks on that. That cape drapes so nicely on him. Look at that. And the cape isn't all the way down to his ankles or the floor like you may see in the DC universe or the movies, because this is the animated series and it was mid-length in the animated series. It came down to almost the back of his knees, that far, only that far down. But this is great. Now, the only thing I have an issue with, and it's not a big nitpick, is that right here on his arms and right here on his knees, when you bend them, not only do you see the unsightliness of the bend part, but you also, it can kind of grip this nylon. It grips this nylon inside the crease of the bend. So when I bend this knee back again straight, it can be caught in that. You got to watch that. Let's look at some other stuff on this guy. Now, to change Superman's head, very easy. Comes on a ball joint, you just pop it off, pop on the other one that you choose to have on, and Bob's your uncle. Nice and easy, look at that. Same thing with the hands, they pop off. You just pop on another hand. Just like that. They go right into the peg right in. Make sure they're in right. And there you have it. Like that. Now, as I was telling you about the bend, he does have a total bend. His flexibility is like that. But watch out for that getting caught in the creases. And in the knees. His knee does not have a full bend back all the way. It only goes right to there and stops. And as you can see, that little dimple right there got caught in there. See that little dimple right there? The fabric got caught. So I got to pull it back out, stretch it down, and then pull it back in again. And that straightens it out. To replace the boot, his leg, before we do the boot, his leg goes up about that much. Not that much at all, not even a full up, but it goes up. Thank goodness Superman isn't a very acrobatic guy like a Spider-Man or something, so you don't have to worry about that too much. His arms, of course, we just said go back like that, Get full waist articulation. Nice swivel because this costume doesn't have a lot of any padding. It's just solid buck underneath there. There's no padding at all on this guy. They got a nice full body buck on this guy. Full rotation of the head. And the head just goes up and down based on that. There is no neck articulation because they kept it clean right there. Nice and clean. Can bend down to about like that. And you can bend up to give you kind of a nice flying look. Now, when you get yours, his belt will come looking like that. And you'll open the box and go, oh my God, that's crazy looking. I hate that. But you just move it up here like that. Some of you could even take some crazy glue and glue it in that position so it'll never come down and it'll look like that all the time. So that's a quick fix. Just don't get shocked when you see it in the box, because mine came like that in the box too. His legs, you just pull them out like that, replace them with a flying foot, like so. And this doesn't move. These are sewn down here nice and tight, so don't worry about them shifting around or messing up as you put the boot on. But I wouldn't suggest changing them every day or a lot, because you might start fraying this area with this boot, because these boots are a tight fit once they're on. And there you go, there's the flying boot. Just like that. I'll change it out. Put the flying boot on. And there's the flying boot. Flying feet. Put them like that and get a nice flying pose. All you gotta do is futz around with him a little bit and you get a nice flying pose out of this Superman. A nice one. As you can see, you get a nice one. And now the cape, as I told you earlier, the cape comes out, there are slots actually in the buck of his body, which is unusual. I've never seen that before. And you just pull the cape out of the slot, and it's hard glued on the edges. It's very hard glued on the edges like that, which is kind of unsightly. It looks like it should fall apart to me, but it doesn't. And you take it and pull it out from both slots. Be careful how you pull it out. And then you take the other cape and you just slot it in again. You pull the fabric down of his uniform, and then you just slot him in like so. Now, of course, because I'm on camera, it's going to take a minute, right? You know how that works. And you slide it in like that. There we go. You go to the other side, slide it in like that. There we go. Be careful not to chip your paint or mess up your paint. I wouldn't get in the habit of doing this stuff a lot. I can tell you that. I wouldn't get in the habit of sliding it a lot. This is the wired cape. It's only wired on the ends. The cape is only wired on the ends. I'm personally going to probably use the drape cape because I love the way it drapes. And then you pull his uniform back up to meet the cape, and it looks like it's actually going into the inside of the uniform and not his skin, as you can see. So that's ingenious in a way, but it's scary. It looks like it might damage the paint, the flesh-colored paint, or you might fray out the edges of the cape. So I'd be very careful as I do this if I were you. Pull the belt back again. I'm going to wind up gluing my belt so it doesn't always move down every time I mess with it. And there you go. You try out another head sculpt. This is the neutral smile head sculpt. This is the hey everyone head sculpt. Nice. I like it. Very nice. They did a great job. S-Hero did a nice job on this guy. Make sure his head is flushed down. There we go. They did a great job on this guy. And of course, what would Superman be without a flying pose? There he is on his flight stand. With the wired cape. Very nice. And the flight stand has the flight stand. The grips have gripped pretty small and tight, so you can even put it around his thigh if you want to do that. Now, some of you guys pose your flights with things around the thigh instead of the waist. I just put on the waist for the sake of this video. There he is, Superman from the animated series. Well, there you go. How'd you like our look today for our 1/6 scale Superman based on Superman from the animated series of the 90s? I think this guy is nifty, and the fact that we get one in 1/6 scale now, that's fantastic. It's been a long time. I like the fabric. I like the paint shading on the face and whatnot. They really did a great job. I like the hand choices they gave you. I love the swap out feet. The whole calf to the foot comes off. And I love that. It gives you flying feet, and it doesn't break the line of the feet. If they had the feet be bendable, articulation at the ankles and such, and the toes, then you'd see that unsightly seam around the ankles, which some of us don't like and some of us don't mind, but it looks great like this, more smooth and streamlined, just like the animated series. I love the proportions, how they kept the proportions in the animated series style. I love the face swaps. 3, count them, 3 head sculpts they give you. And this guy only ran about $180, about $200 out the door. Now I got mine at One Man's Hobby, order from S Hero, and I got mine at One Man's Hobby, but you can probably find them around anywhere. Be careful, order them on eBay, he might be a little higher. But I think he's a great price. Now, should you get him? I tell you, this guy is not a must-have. But if you're a die-hard Superman fan and you love all things Superman, and I know if you love all things Superman, you really dug that 90s animated series because it's Emmy-winning and it was really great, then you must have this because this guy is great. If you love that Superman animated series and you have all the 1/12 scale figures and 6-inch figures and whatnot and statues, then you must have this because this is a great addition to that Superman, the animated series line. And fantastic. And who knows if we'll ever see another 1/6 scale Superman again from that animated TV show. He's definitely worth the investment if you're into that type of guy. And S Hero is already making a Wonder Woman in the animated Justice League style and a Batman from the animated series, this style. So if you can get that whole trinity together like I'm planning to do, it'll be fantastic. And you add it with the SSR animated Joker, you got yourself a nice little diorama going. So yeah, this guy's good if you want that type of stuff. I think he's a definite must get if you love that Superman animated series. Absolutely. Well, what do you guys think today? Let me write down below and let me know. Are you going to get that guy? Are you going to get this guy? Are you going to get any of them? The Wonder Woman, the Batman? Did you get that SSR Joker? If you look in my review stack, there's a review stack in the SSR animated Joker from Batman the animated series. He looks great too. So if you get these guys, it'll be fantastic. Write down below, let me know. And if you feel so inclined, guys, give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up. That's right, Soups. Give me a thumbs up because I love it and it helps the channel. And you guys have been helping us grow. You've been subscribing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys have been awesome. Well, there you go. Just remember, checking out toys, even a 1/6 scale animated series of Superman from the animated 90s series from Warner Brothers can be as fun as a barrel of monkeys. But respect the monkey. Play nice. Take care, guys.